The true Marshall story begins in Kensington, London, with the birth of James Charles Marshall in July 1923. Now, if you're expecting Jim Marshall, the man latterly known as the father of Loud, to have been born with rock and roll pumping through his veins and a guitar slung over his shoulder, unfortunately that's not the case. Jim instead suffered with tubercular bones, which meant that he spent much of his early years hospitalised, and only discovered a love for music after his father suggested he took up tap dancing to strengthen the bones in his legs. Jim then took up the drums, and by the late 1930s he was playing semi-professionally before going on to teach. After years of gigging, Jim opened a music store with his wife Violet and son Terry in 1960. The store sold a variety of musical instruments and attracted many young emerging talents, such as Pete Townshend, Ritchie Blackmore, John Entwistle and Big Jim Sullivan, who were friends of Terry. Others knew Jim Marshall and Son through Jim's drum students, such as Keith Moon. The shop was situated at 76 Uxbridge Road in Hanwell, London until 1967. Today you'll find a plaque on the pavement outside to celebrate where all this began. Most music stores at the time focused on providing jazz instruments to jazz players, but Jim specialised in drum kits. Before long, Jim's store had a reputation as the place to be for young rock musicians. However, these young guitarists were complaining of not getting the tone they wanted from the amplifiers available. So, Jim and Terry decided to build their own, the JTM 45, and Marshall was born. Marshall went to another level in 1965 when Pete Townshend demanded the sound to be louder with a bigger stage presence. The solution was, to the horror of roadies everywhere, the Marshall 8x12 speaker cabinet, but Jim quickly replaced these with two stacked 4x12 cabs, giving rise to our iconic Marshall stack. The coming decades brought more genre-defining amps, and by the end of the 80s, Jim had introduced the guitar world to the 1959 SLP Plexi, JCM 800 and Silver Jubilee. This cemented Jim as a household name in the entertainment industry, and he was even given a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1985. But it wasn't just in the world of entertainment where Jim was well known. He also received not one, but 2 Queen's Awards for Enterprise. They're the highest official UK awards for British businesses and celebrate organisations who excel at international trade, innovation and development. Jim was rubbing shoulders with the Queen again in 2003 when he received an OBE from the Palace for services to the music industry and to charity. As well deserved as these accolades were, something which is often overlooked is Jim's contribution to his local area. In 2009, he donated to the Royal National Orthopaedic Hospital in London, where he was treated for his tuberculosis as a child. He also created hundreds of jobs, supported countless people, and helped put Milton Keynes on the map. Jim's ideas, desire, and infectious drive took Marshall far further than he had dared to dream. Sadly, Jim died on the 5th of April 2012, but the father of Loud left a legacy that will stand the test of time.